Good afternoon. Today we are going to show you the financial report of the week.
First, we're going to present you each transaction we did, and then we're going to explain you how we got these results.
This is Alejandra Molano.
And this is Sebastián Escobar.
Welcome to AS News.
Oil ends lower on U.S. trade spike. Shale decline limits losses. Oil prices settled down weighed by oversupply concerns with a spike in trade volume driving U.S. prices below $50, but losses were limited amid a projected drop in American shale output. Prices rose slightly in the afternoon, as U.S. Energy Information Administration showed shale oil production was expected to fall by 30,000 barrels per day in November. Due to the lower of crude, we guess a strength in dollar. With oil prices settled down, the dollar should grow. So we decided to make a long transaction, US dollar against Canadian dollar, assuming a weakness in other currencies. As a result, we obtained a net profit of $5.53.
Oil settles up exchange gains as API reports US crude drop. Oil prices settled up on expectation of OPEC output curbs, then extended gains in post-settlement trade. Crude prices have gained some 13% since the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries proposed on September 27 its first output cut or freezing in 8 years to reign in a global crude glut. Seeing the strengthening of the oil prices, we bet that the dollar will be in weak condition and therefore will run low. Before making the transaction, the trend of dollar was down, but then its behavior was reserved. We watched it some minutes and dollar was rising, so if we made a short transaction, we would lose immediately. For this reason, we decided to make an opposite transaction, which was long. But in unstable trend, dollar came down again, disfavoring our decision and making us lose $13 with 22 cents.
Pound climbs as UK inflation accelerates to two-year high. The pound advanced the most since August versus the dollar, as signs of quickening inflation suggested the Bank of England may have limited scope to keep easing monetary policy. Sterling also strengthened against the euro as a report showed annual consumer prices rose last month at the fastest pace in almost 2 years. The UK currency extended gains after a British government lawyer said it's very likely that any agreement with the European Union over Brexit will need to be ratified by Parliament. Seeing the rise of the pound, we expect a fall of the euro, so we decided to sell the euro expensive to buy it cheaper later. The trend was in the line with the news and our decision was the right one. Unfortunately, when we performed the transaction, there was a peak and the euro rose. Fearing that we could lose a lot of decided to close it, losing $2.93.
Euro stocks hand on Draghi briefing as crude gives back gains. The euro touched its weakest level since July, and stocks in the region were little changed after their first back-to-back gains in 2 weeks, as investors speculate that the European Central Bank may lay the groundwork for future easing of monetary policy. Overnight, implied volatility of the euro against the dollar jumped to a 3-month high before the ECB's policy decision. The dollar rose after Federal Reserve Bank of New York President William Dudley reiterated he sees an interest rate hike this year. Analyzing the news, we decided to make a short transaction. Due to the euro falling, we bet in the strengthening of the dollar. We bought the amount of 50, and although the gain was not much because the commission was high, we could get a net gain of $5.50. Okay, this was everything for today.
Remember watching us next Saturday night.
My name is Sebastián Escobar.
And my name is Alejandro Molano.
And this was AS News.